Okay, today's Monday, April 26th, and real quickly before we start our lesson on personal finance, we're going to look at your power quiz from Friday. Okay, a lot of people missed this one, so we're going to look at it real quick. It says, Mrs. Morrow baked 3 dozen cupcakes. If Mrs. Morrow counted the cupcakes in groups of 6, which list shows numbers she could have counted? Okay, so I need to make sure that it's skipping by 6s or it's a multiple of 6, okay? A multiple of 6 means I can multiply any number by 6 and get that number. So 6 times 1, what's 6 times 2? 12. 6 times 3?
18.
18. So these are multiples of 6. Okay? At 6 times 4?
24.
24. 6 times 5?
30.
6 times 6?
36.
Okay, and I'm going to stop there. So now I'm going to go and look at my answer choices. What was wrong with A?
It has 26 in.
Good. So it has 26. So that's not adding 6 from 18 to 26. That's adding 8. And 26 also is not a multiple of 6. Okay? So it can't be A. B. What's wrong with B?
It has
16. Okay? Even if we're just seeing if it skips by 6, if I go from 16 to 24, it's adding 8. Okay? And 16 is not a multiple. 18 is. Okay? So B was incorrect. Now we go to C. I have 12, 18, 24, 36. What's wrong with that one? Nothing. Okay? Even though it's not skipping by 6s here, are these all multiples of 6 that I could say if I were counting by 6s? Yes. Okay, even if we weren't sure, we still could have gone to the next answer choice and see if that one made more sense. It has 6, 12, 24, 32. So what's wrong with that one?
32 is not on the board.
32. It's also, if you counted by 6, that it's not. It would be counting by 8 here, 12 here. Okay? So, always check both ways. Check for multiples, which are just those numbers that you get when you multiply by 6. And you also need to check to see if it's skipping by 6. Does that mean it needs to start with 6? No, it doesn't have to start with 6. Okay? So now do we understand these types of problems? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay? So 2 different ways you need to look at them. Check for the multiples by listing them out on your own. And check to see if it's skipping by 6 each time. Okay? Some of these were adding 12 or adding 8. Okay? Are there any other problems that you need me to go over that you did not understand? Two, you had to look at which of the following correctly compares the attendance. Okay? How do I read this symbol? Greater than. If it's turned the opposite way, this way, we read it as less than. Okay? When it gives you 3 numbers like this, I like to just look at the first 2 and compare. Okay? And see if it's correct. F says 1,356 is greater than 1,568. Is that true? No, it's not greater, it's less. So I can already eliminate F. Okay, we go to G. 1,835 is greater than 1,356. Is that true?
No.
Yes. 8 is greater than 3, right? Okay, I go to the next one. 1,835 is, what do we say? Less than 1,568. Is that true? No, it's not less. It's greater. Okay, and the last one, 1,356 is less than 1,568. Is that true? Yes. So now I need to just look at the last two numbers for G and J and see which one's correct. So again, I'm only looking at two numbers at a time. You can cover it up if you need to. I'm only looking at this one and this one because we've already eliminated the other ones. 1,356 is, how do I read that? Greater than 1,568. Is that true? No, because 3 is not greater than 5. It's less. Okay? 1,568 is less than 1,835. Is that true?
Yes.
Yes. Okay? So J was correct. So make sure that you're looking at just two numbers at a time, okay? Go through and eliminate, and then look at the last two numbers. So you're actually looking at the middle number twice. Does that make sense? You're comparing it with the front number, and then you got to compare it with the back number. Okay? Another question we had was number 6.
Oh, that's easy. I got that one.
Okay, I'm not going over that one. That's money. If there's a question on a specific coin, then we can look at that. But this one, you had to make sure that you were choosing the set of coins that will not be enough to buy the gum.
That is so
Okay, well, if the gum is 87 cents, the one that won't be enough would have to be what? Less than 87. Good. Okay, any other questions? 16.
15.
Oh yeah, 16 was a hard one. Kind of hard, but kind of not. If you can remember perimeter, the perimeter of the triangle shown below is 25 yards. Okay? The two longer sides have the same length. How long is one of the longer sides? So these two sides are the same, right? So that means the two missing sides plus 5 is going to add up to what? 25, because that's what perimeter means. We add all these up and it equals that perimeter. Okay? So to find these two missing sides, the first thing I had to do was subtract the side we know. So 25 minus 5 is what?
25 minus 5.
20. Hold on, let me switch pins. Okay, so that means these two leftover sides add up to 20. Okay, so what plus what equals 20? 10. And you could have even plugged in your answer choices and seen which one would work out. Does 12 plus 12 equal 20?
No.
No, it equals 24. Does 15 plus 15 equal 20?
No. 30.
It equals 30. 11 plus 11 equals 22. Okay? Then you could have also added the 5 to see if it equaled 25 total if you were still confused. None of those would have worked except for G. So even if you were confused on what to do, you could have just used your answer choices, plugged them in, and seen if they added up to what? 25, because the perimeter is 25. So I could have done 10 plus 10 plus 5. Does that give me 25? Yes. So you could have done that for all of your answer choices. I could have started with 12, 12, and then 5. Well, I know that's not 25, that's 29. So then you would have eliminated and kept going. Okay? Because we know what perimeter means. What does it mean? Kelsey?
Perimeter means the distance around the outside of a figure.
Yes, the distance around the outside of the shape. So we would add all the sides. Okay? So plug in the numbers to see if they equal the perimeter. Okay? Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
Any other questions on your power quiz that you could not figure out? Kelsey?
Number 12.
Okay, I was going to say 12 and 18. We had a lot of people miss.
And 10.
We'll do 12 and 18, and then we'll stop there. 12. Expanded notation. 3 times 10,000 means the 3 goes in the 10,000s place. So the one that we all wanted to pick was this one. And that should have been the first one we eliminated because the 3 here is not in the 10,000s place. Where is it? It's in the thousands place. That was the only one that you could have eliminated right off the bat. Instead, that's the one we wanted to pick. Okay?
I didn't.
So what I would suggest is you could do your place values like this and fill in the numbers. So this is your 10,000s, thousands. What is this one? Hundreds, tens, and ones. Okay? 3 goes in the 10,000s place. 8 goes in the hundreds. 2 goes in the tens. 6 goes in the ones. What do I do with an empty space?
0.
Put in a 0.
Back.
Okay? So the only one that was correct is J. Okay, let's look at 18. We had a lot of people miss that one. Okay. Jody picked Jody picked 3 large baskets of apples on an orchard. The first basket contains 132 apples. The second basket contains 249 apples. Altogether, Jody picked 495 apples. Which diagram could you use to find how many apples the third basket contains? Okay? We are looking for how many apples the third basket contains. Are we looking for the total amount of apples? No. Okay? What does this number up top represent? The total. Okay? Well, we can't say that X needs to go up there because that's not the number we need to find. Right? That's not the missing number. What was the total?
495.
Yes. Because it says altogether, Jody picked 495. That's your total. So I know it can't be J either because it has 132. Okay? So what was wrong with F? Why should we not pick this one? Aaliyah, you know?
Because it needs 3 baskets.
Very good. It needs 3 baskets. She picked 3 baskets, not 2. So you need this one right here, okay? Yes. So the X represents the third basket that was missing. Okay? I guarantee you we'll probably see one like this on the STAR test in a couple weeks. Okay? So just remember this top number represents your total. Got it? All right. Do we have any more questions?
No, ma'am.
I was actually surprised at the amount of people that missed this one.
I got
We
it.
understand this one?
Wait, I didn't get that wrong. Oh, wait. I did it so quickly. I got it wrong first time and I got it right.
Okay.
I got it right.
All right. Are we good? No more questions on this? power quiz? Did we understand the one with the dots?
Yeah.
Less than 8 and greater than 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That was all I missed that time.
And then money. A lot of people on this one got stuck when it says about how many more. About means what, guys?
Subtract.
Round. How many more meant subtract. You should also be able to tell by looking at your answer choices that this is not a problem where you get the exact answer. It's a problem where you get the rounded answer just by looking at your answer choices. Okay? All right, so we're going to put this away. You guys need to get your books, Volume 2, open to page 661. 661, Volume 2. Okay, here we go. Making an income is what we're going to discuss today. What does income mean? Have you heard that word before? Raise your hand if you've heard that word.
Income tax.
Okay, if you've heard income tax, have you heard income just by itself? No? Okay, income, I want you to go down here and circle it. Income is money that you earn. Okay? How can you earn money? Kelsey?
You can earn money by doing a job, working, and like your chores. You can earn money.
Okay, good. Work is how people earn money. Okay? Another word for work is labor. So when you hear that word labor, all that means is work. Okay? Labor is the work that a person does. Income is the money you earn. Okay? So let's look over here and see what this chart says. It has work completed, and it goes all the way down for 14 weeks. We have two people. We have Anita and Ruchi. Anita and Ruchi both want to buy a bicycle helmet that cost $40. They earn $3 for each week they complete their chores. Okay, so now down here, if we're looking at A, it says, look at the work completed table. Who will be able to buy her helmet at the end of 14 weeks? Okay, well, the helmet cost how much?
$40.
$40. So we need to see who is going to have enough at the end of 14 weeks. Okay, so I look at Anita. Y'all notice there's some missing check marks in there. What do you think that means?
Anita didn't work.
She didn't do work that week. Okay, so if we look at her check marks, we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So she actually worked for 10 weeks. Okay, so her income is going to be the 10 weeks that she worked times $3. Why $3? That's how much they get paid for each week. Okay, so what's 10 times 3?
10 times 3 is 30.
30. So will she have enough for the helmet? No. $30 is less than 40. So Anita cannot buy her helmet. Okay? Her income was $30. Okay, Ruchi, did she skip any weeks of work?
No.
No. So we take all 14 weeks and multiply it by 3 to see if she's going to have enough. 14 times 3.
What's 30 times 30?
4 times 3 is 12. Carry the 1. 3 times 1 is
3.
plus 1.
4.
4. $42. Will she have enough?
Yes. Yes.
Will she have enough, Bryson?
Yes.
Yes, because $42 is more than 40.
I thought it was $60.
Okay? So Ruchi can buy the helmet. Okay? So if the rate of pay is the same, meaning they both got paid $3, their rate of pay was the same, you can earn more money if you do blank work. What do you think goes there? You can earn more money if you do, Kelsey?
If you do more work.
Yes. Anita or Ruchi worked more, so she ended up having more money. The more you work, the more money you can earn. Okay? A person's knowledge and skills can be called human capital. Okay? Okay, so human capital, all that means is you as a human are worth something by what you know and the skills that you have. Okay? If I go to college for 4 years and then go for another 2 years, do I have probably more knowledge and more skills than somebody who just went to high school?
Yes.
Probably. Okay? That doesn't mean you can't get knowledge by working. Okay? But usually if you go to school longer, you have more knowledge and more skills. Okay? So the human capital would be greater for that person. So let's look at another example. B. Ruchi is 10 years old and Anita is 6 years old. Ruchi knows how to write, so she earns $1 extra to address letters for her mom. Anita earns 50 cents extra for putting stamps on the letters. How does what the girls know and do affect their income? Okay? Well, Ruchi, why is she getting $1 and Anita is only getting 50 cents? Allie?
Because Anita only has to put the stickers on it, and then she has to write all of it down and put it in the envelope, and she's doing more work.
Good. Does it take much knowledge or skill to put a stamp on a letter? Okay, so not much skill involved. But Ruchi, she's actually addressing the letters and she's having to write the addresses. So for that, you need to learn, you need to know how to write, you need to know how to spell, you need to know how to address an envelope. So there's more skill involved. Does that make sense? More skill or knowledge is necessary to address envelopes. Okay? I won't make you write all of that, but the more skills you have, probably the more you're going to get paid, right? Ruchi got paid more because she knew how to spell, she knew how to write, whereas Anita, she's a little bit younger, so all she was put to work doing was putting stamps on. So she didn't get paid as much. So now do you see why we encourage you guys to work hard in school? Is it going to affect how much you might get paid as an adult later on in life? Yes. Okay. All right, flip the page. Number 1, who can buy the item? Okay, where we're doing the amount of pay times the hours that you work. Okay, so this is just multiplication, guys. Number 1 says, Mary and John earn $8 per hour. Okay, I want you to circle $8 per hour. When you hear this word per, that means multiply. $8 per hour, so I'm going to multiply by the hours. John works 42 hours. Mary works 29 hours. Who can buy a bicycle for $2.99? Okay, so what do you think we need to do? Kelsey?
I think we're going to multiply 42 to 29.
Nope, not 42 and 29. We're going to multiply the dollars times the hours. $8 times the hours. So we're going to start with 42 times 8. Okay, 2 times 8 is 16. Carry the 1. 8 times 4.
8 times 72.
32 plus 1. Okay, so that was John. He worked 42 hours. Is he going to have enough for the bicycle?
Yes.
Okay, so John can buy it. Let's see if Mary can. So what are we going to do to see if Mary can buy the bicycle? 29 hours times what? Times what? 8. Jalen, you need to pay attention. If I'm writing, that means you're writing. 9 times 8 is 72. Good. 2 goes down. 7 goes up. 8 times 2.
8 times 2.
16 plus 7.
23.
23. Okay, so that's Mary. She's going to earn $232. Is that enough for the bicycle?
No.
No. So only John can buy the bicycle. Okay. Any questions on that? So you're multiplying the money times the hours you work. That's how you get your income. Yes, ma'am.
You can tell when you were like automatically you can tell that John was going to win because 42 is bigger than 29, and automatically he would get more than $299.
Well, we can't say automatically because you could say both of them would have enough or neither one of them. We don't know. That's why we have to always multiply to check. Okay? Just because he had more hours doesn't mean he could still have enough to buy the bicycle. In this case, it did work out, but don't always assume that. Okay, number 2. Jose and Karen earned $13 per hour. What does that mean? Per multiply. So the $13 times the hours. Jose works 8 hours. Karen works 7 hours. Who can buy a microscope for $89? Okay, what are we going to do, Jalen?
So we're going to multiply. So we're going to multiply $13 and $89.
Nope. Okay, you are going to multiply, but
13 hours instead. Why not? $13 and 7 hours.
in 7 hours. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start with 8. Jose works 8 hours, so let's start with the 8 first. 3 times 8 is
24.
24. Good. So the 4 goes down, 2 goes up. 8 times 1
8.
plus 2.
10.
Good. Okay, will Jose have enough to buy the microscope?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, now let's do Karen. Karen works for 7 hours. 7 times 3, 21. 7 times 1
7.
plus 2.
9.
Okay, does she have enough for the microscope?
Yes.
Yes. So see what I mean, Kelsey? Don't just assume that the person who works more hours is the only one who can buy it. Because they both can, right? Both. Jose and Karen. Whoops.
Miss Volker, I thought Jose's name was Joe's.
No, Jose. Okay, so per means multiply, and in this case, you're doing it times the hours. Okay, number 3. I want you guys to read this and think about it and tell me what you think. Okay? It says Frank is a sports writer. Bob works in a fast food restaurant. Who do you think could possibly earn a higher salary? Salary means what?
Salary means amount of money a person can earn by being self-employed or doing a job for another person.
Okay, so salary is the amount of money you can earn. Who do you think would earn a higher salary? Think about it.
I lost the page. What page was it?
662. So Frank is a sports writer. Bob is in a fast food restaurant. That means like McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, Jack in the Box. Those are fast food restaurants. Okay, so who do you think could possibly earn a higher salary? Kaylee? Who? Bob? He's in a fast food restaurant? And then Frank is a sports writer.
What's a sports writer?
So someone that's probably writing articles about sports, either in a magazine or a newspaper. Can you work in a fast food restaurant when you're a kid?
No, yeah. You can.
Yeah. So do you think it requires much skill or knowledge?
Yeah. To cook food.
No.
Yeah.
No. No, you don't, because you could be trained probably in a day or so to figure out what to do in a fast food restaurant. Okay, if you're a writer, do you think it takes a lot more knowledge and skills to be good at it and get paid a higher salary?
Yes.
Yes, because to be a professional writer, you have to go to college, right, and learn about writing. So does that have more skill involved? You don't think it takes more skill to write something? Right? To get paid for it for a living?
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
you'll be rich probably.
If you're a sports writer, that means you're writing about professional sports, usually, and you probably went to school just to be a writer. So if I go to college to be a writer, do you think I have more knowledge than somebody who could just go get trained in one day to work a fast food restaurant? Do you think it requires a lot of skill to stand at a window and take somebody's money or take your order?
Yeah.
No.
If you cook the food. Like hard.
Do you think they're cooking all that food from scratch at a fast food restaurant?
I do not.
No, they're probably reheating frozen food or processed food.
What about
Okay.
if you go to like a regular restaurant and they
But that's different. We're not talking about a regular restaurant because you could get paid good money for that depending on where you're working, okay? But a sports writer requires more knowledge, more school, more skills than working in fast food. So Frank is going to have a higher salary. Okay, makes sense? If I want to work in fast food, I could go do that right now without even graduating from high school. But if I want to be a writer and get paid for it, don't you think they're going to want to see that you've gone through high school and college? Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, so I just quit school.
Does that make sense now, Kaylee?
I'm going to college.
Okay, now for numbers 4 through 7, we're going to look at this table over here. So it has starting salary. What does that mean? Starting salary means when you start out with a new job, that's what you're going to get paid in the first year. Okay, so a fashion designer, $38,233 for the year. Bank teller, $21,465 for the year. So which one gets paid the most?
Computer scientist.
Okay. Why do you think that person gets paid the most?
Because 93 is at the front and everything
Oh, okay. No, I'm not talking about the actual money. Why do you think a computer scientist gets paid than any other job that's listed in that table?
Because I think it...
Bryson. They might have to build computers. Do you think that is a hard job and it requires a lot of knowledge and skills? Absolutely. Do you think there's a lot of people that can do that kind of work? No, there's not. Okay. Okay, number 4 says, Matt is a plumber. What skills may he need for his job? Plumber, does anybody know what a plumber does?
Yes.
What skills might you need? Jalen?
You need all your supplies and
Okay, so you need to know tools.
yeah.
Do you probably need to know how to measure things if you're replacing pipe?
You need plungers stuff. Wait, even I know that.
You probably need to know how to measure.
Yeah.
You need to have knowledge about
How to fix a pipe.
how to fix pipes.
Also, the pipe's dirty and with poo-poo stains all in it. I meant.
No, we know what you meant.
Okay, we're moving on. Number 5. Sophia is a medical secretary and needs professional knowledge for this position. What knowledge may be required? Medical secretary, that's like when you go to the doctor's office and there's somebody sitting there in the front waiting for you. What do you think that person needs to know how to do? No, not the person sitting at the desk. They're not checking your temperature.
They see, like,
Okay, but on a normal situation, no.
they like ask you, like, sit there and wait for the person, wait for the boss to talk to you, like for a job interview, sit in the chair.
Okay, but what skills or knowledge will they need? What are they doing in the front? Are they taking phone calls?
Yes.
Yes, so they need to be able to talk on the phone to people. Do they need to be organized?
Yes.
Because they're also taking paperwork. So they need paperwork skills. They're having to deal with insurance usually.
Ms. Wilker, a good word for organize is organization.
Yes, organization. Right? They need to have knowledge of insurance. They need to have knowledge of how to talk on the phone to people, how to do paperwork. Do you think they're also working on a computer?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, most likely they're putting in appointments and stuff, so they need to have computer skills. Okay, let's go down to 7. What relationship do you notice between the jobs and the starting salary? So we already looked at the highest, computer scientist, and we said probably that one's the highest because it takes a lot of knowledge to work on computers, to take them apart, put them back together. Not a lot of people know that stuff, okay? You have to be pretty smart with technology. Let's look at the lowest one. Which one is the lowest?
The lowest is medical secretary.
Store sales clerk. Good. Right here. Store sales clerk is a person at a store probably running the register. That's it. They may need to have some skills on putting clothes or something away, but it doesn't require a lot. Okay? So what do you notice between the relationship between the highest paid and the lowest paid?
So the highest paid is the hardest job.
The highest paid is harder. You need to know a lot more. You might have to go to college, right? Mm-hmm. Most likely, yes. Do you think you need to go to college to be a writer?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Do you think you need to go to college to be a college professor?
Yes.
Yes. Do you think you need to go to college to be a fashion designer?
Yes.
Possibly. Okay. The lower they get, probably the less education you might need to do that. Okay. So do you think you need to go to college to be a store sales clerk?
Yes.
No, probably not. You could do that for a summer job as a kid in high school or a kid in college. Okay. So the relationship means the higher you get paid, probably the more education you need to have that job. The lower you get paid probably means the less education you need to get that. So do we want to go to school longer and get paid more?
Yes.
Yes.
The college is a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. Okay, but there's grants, there's scholarships.
I'm taking a scholarship, please.
Okay, number 8. Elaine is a salesperson in a discount store. She wants to be a bookkeeper. How much more can she possibly earn? Explain what she should do to become a bookkeeper. Okay, so right now she is a salesperson at the discount store right here. She wants to become a bookkeeper. How much more can she possibly earn? Explain what she should do to become a bookkeeper. Okay, what does it mean, how much more? Subtract. So 644 minus 297. Can I do 4 minus 7? No, so we need to go next door. 4 becomes 3. 4 becomes 14. 14 minus 7 is
7.
3 minus 9.
Can't do that.
Can't do it. So we borrow from the 6. 13 minus 9.
4.
5 minus 2.
3.
Okay, so she could possibly earn $347 more if she became a bookkeeper. What do you think she should do to become a bookkeeper? Kelsey?
Go to college first.
Possibly get more knowledge and education about it. Maybe go to not a private school, but a school that specifically trains you on bookkeeping. Okay, good. You could go to a workshop to get trained. But either way, when you have more training,
You can go to a library.
it's more likely you're going to get paid more. So training it doesn't just have to be in a college. It could be in a specific trade school, okay? Or you could get trained by somebody else that can teach you how to do that job, okay? All right, I want to go ahead and skip along. It's a lot of information to cover in one day.
We have to do a test by yourself, assignment on making an income.
Okay, no, we're not going to do an assignment today. You guys are just going to, we're going to finish these last 4 questions, and then we're going to go over it. So I want you guys to try these on your own, and then we'll go over it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and check 12 through 14. 12 says, Marcia finished nursing school. Ben finished high school. Which statement about their job opportunities is most likely to be true? Allie?
You can already eliminate B and A.
Okay. Ben has more specialized skills than Marcia. Probably not if he only went to high school, right? Nursing school means she's already graduated high school, she's graduated college, then she went to nursing school, okay?
That's when she's going to be a nurse.
Exactly. She's going to be a nurse. B, Marcia has fewer specialized skills than Ben.
No.
No, because she's gone way past high school. Marcia may become a nurse.
Yes.
Ben and Marcia may do the same job.
No.
Not likely. Okay, so C was the correct answer. Okay, 13. We have an elementary school teacher, a landscape worker. Do we know what that means?
Like a person who cuts grass and
Somebody that is working on land, landscape worker, means somebody working on your yard. They could be doing, they could even be working on like office building, gardens and stuff. So anything that has to do with gardens or land. Legal secretary, that is a person that's working in an office for maybe a lawyer or a lawyer's office, okay? So number 13 says, Andrew enjoys working in an office with other people. Chloe has the most education. Tanya likes to work outside. Which statement is most likely true about the people and jobs? A, Chloe is the landscape worker. Does that make sense? She has the most education. Who is most likely the landscape worker? Tanya, because she likes to work outside. Okay. B, Andrew is the legal secretary. Andrew enjoys working in an office with other people. Is that probably true or false?
True.
That could be true. Does the elementary teacher work in an office? No. Does a landscape worker work in an office?
Yes. No.
No, they work outside. So if Andrew's working in an office, it most likely means he's the secretary, legal secretary. Andrew is the teacher? No, we just said because teachers don't work in an office. Okay? They work in a classroom. D, Tanya is the legal secretary? No, because it says she likes to work outside. That is most likely the landscape worker. Okay? So B was the correct answer. Okay, let's skip 14. That has to do with finding the difference. All I want to know is if you know what difference means.
Difference means
What is the difference in salary? What does that mean you would do? Aaliyah? Subtract. Allie, what does difference mean?
Opposite.
No, that's reading. In math, difference always means one thing. It means what?
subtract.
Subtract. Okay, number 15. Mako went to school for 6 more years after graduating from a 4-year college to become an eye doctor. Which is most likely to be the amount of money she earns each week when she starts to work? A, $200 a week, B, $800 a week, C, $2,000 a week, or D, $600? What do y'all think?
200.
Why would we pick the least amount of money when she went to school for 4 years of college and then went for 6 more years? That's like a doctor,
Oh, I think it's 800.
which it is a doctor, eye doctor. What do you think? Kelsey?
B.
No.
Oh,
Jalen? C. It's going to be the greatest amount. Definitely not 200. Okay? Because why would they get paid that much? Why would they get paid the most out of these answer choices? They went to school for a lot of years. They have a lot of knowledge and skills in their field, which is eye doctor. Okay? All right, y'all can put your books away.